My name is Tori Pedersen, and I am the Training and Engagement Coordinator with Teammates. And so a large portion of my role is centered around Clifton strengths and talking about strengths in general. And so how do we support our matches to be able to invest in the strengths of our students, whether that's our younger students just talking about those things they're naturally good at, or our older students taking the Clifton Strengths Assessment, getting that specific language around their strengths, and then creating support resources for them to really explore that learning. My top 5 strengths are input, belief, positivity, empathy, and connectedness. Teammates and Gallup have had a partnership for many, many years. And so it actually dates back to our co-founder, Dr. Tom Osborne, being a student underneath Dr. Don Clifton, who is the founder of Clifton Strengths. And so from a very early on in the formation of Teammates, we knew that we wanted to focus on what was right with people instead of focusing on what is wrong with people, which was that famous question posed by Dr. Don Clifton. And so what our partnership looks like today is that we offer our high school matches the opportunity to take the Clifton Strengths Assessment. And so any of our matches that are interested in taking it have the opportunity for the mentor to take the assessment, and then they go through a 1-hour training where they learn about what Clifton Strengths is, how they can use it in the mentoring in their own relationship and in the way that they show up as a mentor, but then also focusing on how do they then help their mentee learn how to use their Clifton strengths. And so it really has that two-sided approach of it's helping our mentors be better mentors by leaning into what makes them authentically unique, but then it's being able to say, okay, now how do you also help your mentee to do the same thing? And so what we found is that our matches that use Clifton strengths have this language where they're really able to discuss in depth what are those things that they each do naturally well and have this common vocabulary to talk about it.
A relator, empathy, deliberative, individualization, and developer.
Relator, empathy, learner, harmony, and consistency. During the assessment, I had to go through a lot of questions that I related to, and so I would say yeah, this applies to me, or no, or it somewhat applies to me. And when I was taking the assessment, it got me thinking a lot about myself and things that do apply to me.
When I received my top 5 strengths, I wasn't surprised. I'm very organized, worry about other people's feelings, how they're doing. Learning of Olivia's strengths helped me to understand how and why she handles certain situations, and then guide her using my strengths to maybe encourage her to continue using those strengths maybe in a different way. So my strengths help me to listen to what Olivia is struggling with or what she's going through and work on my strengths to help her to understand, hey, maybe look at it a different way, and then incorporate her strengths into how she makes decisions on everyday life.
I feel a lot more confident in my decisions, and I feel like I understand my personality more, and I'm able to justify for myself what how I react, how I respond to situations, and my ideas and just things that I do. And it helps me understand myself a lot more than I did before I took the assessment. I was shocked how accurate it was, but at the same time I was that is me. I know myself, and that all of them were accurate. And in the places that they were, their ranking, I just thought it was perfect. One of my traits was learner, and that kind of shocked me because the description was that I like to learn, and I was oh, okay. I didn't really think that I did, but I guess I do, which is not a bad thing, and I kind of like that I know that about myself now. Gives me more motivation in situations. My number 1 was relator, and it just opened my eyes on how much I actually care about close relationships, and how much I care for people. And when we talk, I just notice those things more now, and I can just see she's also a relator, she's also empathetic, and she likes to help, and I can just notice those things when she gives me her responses.
Olivia is a very caring person, and she worries about how others feel. So I just let her know that it's okay for people to care about her just as much as she cares about them. So when she and I talk, listening to what she says, it makes more sense why she's doing things or saying things a certain way, because her strengths are coming out in a lot of decisions that she makes.
The mission of Teammates is to positively impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential. And what we found is that the more that we invest in students' strengths and helping them figure out what they can do with those strengths, the closer we get to helping them to reach that full potential.